President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. delivered his fourth State of the Nation address, SONA. Marcos began with a call for national unity, urging Filipinos to set aside differences. Isanabay non-natin ang ating pagkakaiba. He acknowledged public frustration with sluggish government service delivery, committing, kailangan pa natin mas lalong galingan, kailangan mas lalo pa nating bilisan. Key economic goals focused on poverty mitigation, job creation, and support for microenterprises aimed at lifting an estimated 2.5 million low-income households. A central pillar of this agenda is the Cuban Peso Tesoro Rice Initiative through CADAWA, now rolled out nationwide without harming farmers, backed by Cuban Peso 113 billion agriculture budget. Marcos also warned of economic sabotage among traders manipulating rice prices. Marcos stated that around 3 million households remain without electricity, pledging nearly 200 new power plants within the next 3 years, along with a new net metering program to encourage solar adoption. In water security, over 6 million affected consumers are promised improved service, and officials responsible for failure and delays will be held accountable. Among infrastructure priorities, construction of 40,000 classrooms, internet expansion, rehabilitation of Guadalupe Bridge, use of Dalian trains for MRT, and a free Love bus service in Metro Manila, Cebu, and Davao. The administration is also supervising national transport projects, including the Bataan, Cavite Bridge, and rail networks to Bicol. Education took center stage with 60,000 new teaching positions created, compensation for overload and overtime, distribution of laptops to public school teachers, and increased guidance counseling and mental health support. Scholarships were expanded for high-achieving students, particularly those from 4PS and listahanan families. In health, Marcos reaffirmed expanded PhilHealth coverage, especially for kidney transplants, and maintained zero-balance billing in Department of Health hospitals. He also expanded daycare centers, feeding programs, and vaccination initiatives. Marcos highlighted law and order gains. Organized insurgent groups are largely dismantled, with reintegration programs in place. He vowed action against illegal drug trade, with more than 677 government personnel implicated, and promised investigations into disappearance cases of cockfighting participants. President Marcos's 2025 SONA was a methodical presentation of his administration's roadmap for the home stretch of its term. Anchored in technocratic detail and policy continuity, it projects momentum on service delivery, infrastructure scale-up, and anti-corruption. Yet, the speech also demonstrates political restraint by sidestepping contentious issues, raising questions over the completeness of the national narrative. As implementation begins, public scrutiny will test whether rhetoric becomes reality or remains aspirational.